Hey everyone, Rogold here. Welcome back to The Division 2, and today I wanted to break down and just talk about the new Lexington named AR that has been added to the game. If you have logged in over the past couple of days, or maybe you've just been around community discussion forums, whatever, you have likely seen people talking about this gun. It is the hot new thing that everybody's checking out. The developers released it as part of the new Veteran Rewards program, and yeah, it's quite good. Now, before we get into some of the greater details surrounding that, I did want to take some time off the top here to discuss the distribution issue that cropped up with it, where some players simply did not get their Lexington as was intended. So a quick recap as to what happened is that the way it was intended to work was that as soon as you logged in on Thursday, or the next time you would after that, the first character that you logged into would be given the Lexington gun for free. But then that was going to be your only copy. And they gave a little notice on screen when you logged in. You couldn't then get it on another character. I'm not sure if it would go through the stash, but that was kind of the intended method there. The problem was that if people had their inventories full, you would then either have the Lexington drop on the ground and you would have to knowingly pick it up and keep it, or some people, to my knowledge, just didn't get it at all. It wasn't there. They had no option to even get this gun. So obviously that is all not good. The question then that everybody has is, what are the devs going to do about it? Well, the good news is, if you watch my dev stream recap back from the other day, they did acknowledge this the day that this issue was happening and that the gun came out. They essentially apologized for saying that it went down this way and that they are looking into how to get it to everybody. That's not something that they intend to kind of just let go, right? They want to get everybody the gun that they intended to get out there. And it's a good thing too, because as I said, this is a very powerful gun that I foresee a lot of people making a staple in their loadouts. So, just wanted to let you know that they are aware and looking into the issue where people don't have it, and stay tuned. I will, of course, keep you posted on if there's anything you need to do on your end to get it. I assume not. I presume that they will figure out how to just get it to everybody. But yeah, stay tuned for further information there. Alright, now that we've beaten the control point, let me kill these last ads, and we'll take a look at the weapon itself. So, the beauty of the Lexington is that not only does it excel in function, but it's also got the form. This is a very cool looking weapon. So, it is a high-end, fully automatic LVOAC AR, right? They wanted to kind of reprise that archetype and weapon from the Division 1, and it functions fantastically. You can see the flavor text says Negative Ramos from Fei Lao, the iconic quote and line from Lexington Event Center. Two uniquenesses about this named item, obviously the fact that it is a fully automatic rifle archetype in the Division 2, so that's kind of one aspect of it, but it also does come with 5% higher base damage compared to a similar archetypal weapon, which to my knowledge is like the Police M4 base model. So, higher base damage, it looks awesome, and it just performs very, very well. Anyone who got a Lexington will get it with maxed out damage to targets out of cover. You can re-roll that if you want to, but obviously it is recommended to keep that, because then you can change the talent to whatever you want. And so I opted to go with Killer on mine. I then just slotted this into like my favorite solo striker build when I'm going out and doing, general heroic PvE content. And yeah, as you saw in the gameplay and we'll see for the rest of the video, I think this thing performs fantastically. You can slot it into a huge variety of builds and it will just do very, very well. The other cool thing, as we'll talk about in a moment, is the skins that you get with it. As I said, it is part of the Veteran Rewards program, and that means that depending how long you have played the Division franchise, you will get one of three different skins for it. So this is Veteran Silver that I'm running, but I also have Veteran Bronze and Veteran Gold. Now, the way that you get those skins, you don't have to do anything on your end. As I said, the game will just calculate how long you've been playing the Division franchise. That counts for both the Division 2 and the Division 1. So if you logged in, I think it was before January 1st of this year, or if that was the first time you had ever played the Division franchise, then you will get all three skins, and then the following two were different intervals within this year specifically. Now, overall, I think that system is really cool. I like that they're giving veteran and long-term players kind of this cool incentive, cool reward. I do wish that they had made the timer longer. I think it would have been cool if people who got gold were specifically like Division 1 players back in the day, and then maybe silver was like launch of the Division 2. That's obviously not as much as a big deal as the fact that it happened overall. I'm happy that it did, but that would have been cool to see. But yeah, either way, this gun is cracked, as you're seeing. It has the stats, it's got the look, it's got just about everything you could hope for, and the fact that it's high-end so that you can run an exotic secondary with it if you want, or in my case, I'm running the Busy Little Bee on here just so I can get some extra damage that way. Oh, we got some rogue agents here. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, it really just embodies that feel kind of the Division 1 weapon from back in the day. And those are kind of the builds that I want to investigate with this first. I want to see if I can make like a PvP build that emulates some of that Division 1 feel with the movement, with the healing, all of that. I think it'd be quite fun to do a PvE build for it that involves a lot of pulsing, since that was so big with the Division 1 back in the day. You can see these rogues are just getting melted. I'm going to wait till I have my Banshee pulse back. Let's see how quickly we can get this one. Can we get them in one magazine? Not quite. There we go, just like that. It's too good, man. So yeah, as far as first impressions, this thing is awesome. There's no other way to put it. I really like it. As I said, like how it looks, like how it functions. It will take me a little bit to truly theory craft everything that I want to, try out some different builds. I'll definitely make some build videos over time as some of that happens. But as I said, for now, you can mostly slot it into any build that worked well before, and it will do just as well, if not better, given its base stats. And so, yeah, I really hope that the devs are able to fix up that distribution issue as quickly as possible, because I think this is a weapon that any, longtime player of the Division or the Division 2 deserves to have 100%. And it's one of those named items that is not just novelty, but it is, actually very, very good. So, yeah, hopefully they get that fixed up. I'm sure everybody will have their Lexington before too long. But that's most of what I've got, folks. I would love to hear your first impressions of this weapon. I would also be very curious to know what kinds of builds you're pairing with it. Obviously, I'm sure Striker and the popular likes of that are going to be quite common, of course. That's what I'm running right now. But if you've got any more inventive build ideas or builds you've already tried out, I'd be very curious to hear about them. As I said, I'm going to be testing this a lot over the coming days and weeks, and once I get some locked down that I really like, I will certainly do some build videos on those. So certainly stay tuned for those. But I hope you enjoyed this video in the meantime. As I said, just kind of a quick first impressions, a breakdown of what's going on with the gun. Very awesome reward for veteran players. Glad they did this, and I'm excited to mess around with it more. That's going to do it for me today, though, my friends. Enjoy the Lexington. And yeah, I will see you all again very soon. Until then, Rogue Gold. Ow.